wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems.
Ladies and gentlemen, supposed to have Slim J right now, but I think she fell off. But it's okay. She will be popping back up soon. So no worries on that. But since we are here, just want to let you guys know of a couple of things that are going to be going on. Let me go ahead and yeah. Okay. So see, the computer went down. So sometimes things happen. So let's go ahead and just really quickly while we wait for her to get back on. If you did not watch last night's show, Unfiltered America, please make sure that you go and you check that out. Also, if you haven't went and checked out Slim Show from before, please go check that out as well too. But this is a continuation of it. It is called All in the Family. Continuation of what she played with yesterday, which was just all the issues that are going on in today's society and how it's hitting home. So she has an update, or we're just going to touch back on the 16-year-old charged with killing her mom here in Houston, and then we got another Houston thing too that happened today. A mom got arrested after shooting her teen son. So we're gonna get into all of that, and it's just crazy. I mean, we got a lot of shooting going on. I mean, it's the only way that we can really say it. But make sure if you have not already, go ahead and hit the like for the algorithm. I know you get tired of me saying it. But I gotta keep saying it because we gotta get Slim where she needs to go. Also, if you are not watching on Slim's channel, this is the time where you can do that. Just my ping with Slim J. Just going on over there and hit that, and we're gonna check it out for you. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good show. Also, another thing to let you know, at this point I would normally turn on the camera, but I am not in the studio. So please let me know if my audio is good for you guys. We build it as we fly it. So also another thing too, we're going to be doing the nightcap exchange. We're going to be doing that pretty soon. It's been a little while since we did that, but we are going to get back to doing it on a regular schedule. So if you are one of the people who like getting up here and talking with us, then please, please, please just pop on up and we are going to get it going. And let's see, do we got any more B-roll stuff we can do? Shout out to DJ Heavy Love. If you're watching DJ Heavy Love, shout out to you. He tried to get on last week too, but we got to figure out this connectivity thing across the board. It probably would be a lot easier if we just all got in one studio. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? You have to get to see a nice live set. You get to see the professionalism, and you really get to see what the boy can do with the audio, because it's kind of hard to do it the way you want to do it when you have uh, connectivity issues on your end, their end, and then audio is its own little issue in itself. But we're gonna make it work. Also, since you guys are here, be sure to check in tomorrow at Team Fatty. I'm gonna be on Fatty's show tomorrow, the super panel. And we're going to be talking about a lot of things on that super panel. We're going to be talking about demonetization. We're going to be talking about cancellations. We're going to be talking about how people think that, everything is just bad. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to debate it, because I think I have a different point of view from them on some things. I think I agree with them on others. So that's going to be tomorrow. At what? 4 p.m. All right. So at 4 p.m. for some places, 5 p.m. for other places. I will be putting a link in the community tab so that you guys can come and support us, because this is what we want to do. So I will be on that show tomorrow, Friday at 5 o'clock, I believe, for me. Might be 4 o'clock, depending on where you are at. And Slim, are you in the back? I see you, but I don't know if you're the speaker or not. So we will go ahead and keep on going. And let's go ahead and give you some background information on what we're going to be talking about today. So let's play some music. Where is her music? I'm going to be Slim until Slim can be Slim. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to play the video just yet because it is Slim's show. I want to give her a chance to be able to do that. But I am going to go ahead and go over what we're going to be talking about. 2 cases in particular. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see. All right. So basically, what happened in both of these situations is that we got families that are attacking each other. And in the Black community in particular, we tend to have a lot of issues with not being able to fully communicate how we feel. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we will lash out instead of using our words. And I think this is a great example of people lashing out, not quite understanding how to say what needs to be said. And then another thing too, with the other one that just came in, the one that we're talking about, how the mom got arrested after shooting her teen son. I mean, after mulling over the situation myself, I'm not gonna lie, I think that she couldn't control them. I'm gonna say that right now. We've covered some topics before where the mom treats her son like an equal, or either she's too rough on him and either he snaps or she snaps, or he just don't take her seriously. There actually have been some videos, and I'm gonna see if I can find it out, insert it after the fact, but it was this one lady couldn't do nothing with her sons. They said they weren't leaving. They said they were gonna do whatever they wanted to do. So I can envision that. I don't know. We don't know the details because police are very hush-hush about it. But yeah, that's what I think is going on. So let me go ahead and give you a better breakdown of that. And we're going to give Slim a few more minutes to get in because we want to respect everybody's time. And I know she wants to be on. She was just on literally. But while we are waiting for Slim, make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm. We ain't telling you to hit the cash out like Dr. Umar. Hit the cash out. We ain't got no cash out. We just want to like for the algorithm. Share it with your family and friends. All that good stuff. Make sure again that you are watching it on Slim's channel. All right, just my opinion with Slim J. Now, if you want to just watch it on TV, you lazy like the rest of us, like, okay, I'll get it. Okay, make sure you go there and subscribe though, because we need you to subscribe. If you're not going to be over there, at least subscribe. Okay, if you want to watch it on TV, fine, but subscribe. All right. Now ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think I did a good job of talking. Slim J's in the building. What's up, Slim? And we can kind of hear you a little bit, but it
Yeah.
kind of we can. It's like breaking up. Like we can see you though. Picture's good. Wait.
Hey
Say something.
y'all.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Hey y'all. Sorry for the delay. You know we have to love the technology in the world today. It's so many people that's on social media, but hey, thank you all for tuning in with Slim J. Just my opinion. By this time, I know y'all done got y'all drinks, y'all snacks, or whatever the heck you like to do when you watch Slim J. Just my opinion. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. So I miss a lot. I don't know where you at right now.
Okay. Basically, all I did was introduce your show, and I just did a bunch of B-roll. Tomorrow, I will be on the live stream with Fatty on his super panel, so I told him about that. Shout out to
Okay.
Heavy Love. Let him know that last week he tried to get on, but couldn't, because of technology. We just went with technology right now, and
Wow.
that's also another reason why we're just gonna for today. I will add it in, guys. I'm gonna add it in. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I will add in some reactions into the top of this because I don't want to mess up the connection any more than what it already is doing. So,
Um,
uh, yeah. So that's basically what I did. I told them how dedicated you are, and I went over and I gave a connection. So maybe you can expound on this. The mom that shoots the son.
mm-hmm.
I made the connection that basically I believe, and they haven't given us information yet, but I believe she couldn't control that boy. I think she couldn't handle him no more. I think he got big enough to where he could smell his own draws, and he's like,
Exactly.
"I'm gonna do what I want to do."
Yeah.
And but she wasn't finna lay down because we've seen videos of women having problems with their sons when they get to a certain height, they get a certain attitude, and they like, "I ain't going nowhere." But I
Exactly.
think she wasn't going. Heavy
And
love in the building. Say howdy.
who we got?
Heavy love.
Hey, Harry Love. Thanks for tuning in. Look, so this the thing I think about that. As far as the mother shooting her 13-year-old son, I actually agree with JG that she got tired of trying to let him kind of get away with things and then still trying to chastise him too. Like don't disrespect her. Uh, don't do all this extra. If I say you cannot go to the football game or go certain places or be in certain areas, then that's what I mean. And again, I agree with JG. Is you just start smelling your piss. You know what I'm saying? Like you think because you're taller than your mother or you're a little bigger than your mother, then you start to bully your mother. And it have been a lot of cases like that, just not here in Houston, Texas, but around like New Jersey, New York, and these young men's, these young boys, which that's what they are, boys, think that they can, bully their parent and get them to do what they want them to do. They want you to buy them Jordans, they want the iPhones, they want the best clothes, but can't spell half of the shit that they wearing. Hmm. So I, this Slim J, my opinion, I think that she got fed up with it, that her own son is trying to bully her, trying to get her to do things that, she can't afford. She have kids. It's not only you, it's other kids that's, need to be taken care of. I mean, when we was coming up, sure, we wanted certain design clothes, but we already knew we could not afford it. So would you like design clothes or would you like food in your stomach? Hmm. I think I like the food in my stomach. Shit. I took sewing class. I make that mother. Okay, this we're gonna make this, like Denise did on the Cosby show for Malcolm. What was it? Theo. They made the high price. shirt, which came out like shit. But I mean, that's just how it is. You sacrifice for your kids when you have kids and being a dedicated mother. And she just, like I said, it's just my assume that she got fed up with it. You have this woman that's being strong for you, giving you a place to stay, food to eat, all that. And the only job that you have from kindergarten to 12th grade is to go to school, make good grades, and stay out of trouble. You don't have to worry about no bills, no car note, no insurance. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Just,
we got Heavy D in the background.
oh,
Heavy D is here, but just go ahead and mute up Heavy D.
hello?
Unless, unless
Hello?
Yo,
What's up? What's
there he
up?
is.
Thank you for tuning in. That's my boy, Heavy. Up in the house.
what's
What's
good,
been
baby?
going on?
I almost missed it.
Oh boy.
But
So we got Heavy Love in
I'm
the
seeing good.
house.
Yeah, yeah.
But great, great, great. So today's topic is we talking about the mother that shot her 13-year-old son. And we don't know what's behind the story, but we can only assume that this child just, he disrespect her. He was trying to get to something or whatever. I mean, like, look, even in the 90s, I think when I came to Houston, like in the early 90s, I had a child that was sitting on my stairs when I came home from work. They was smoking a blunt. I'm tooting. And if those who old school, you know what tooting is, I'm not gonna, you know, go to school with you on that. But this young dude, excuse me, y'all, he was only 10 years old. Now his story was, because I'm nosy as hell, and those who know me know I am nosy, so I'm gonna ask. His story was his mother was a crackhead. His daddy uh, got killed somewhere, I think in the military or whatever. His brother got killed in the military within like a couple months from each other. And it was just going to be him and one of his other brothers that was selling crack or whatever, he was doing. So he had a little sister. This dude is only 10. And he's sitting on my staircase saying that he had problems. And I said, it can't be that bad. And when he broke that down to me, I was like, oh my goodness. These kids, and like I said, was in the early 90s. This is 2025. These kids have been through more shit than some of our age group been through. So you gotta look at that. These kids are going through some shit, and these parents is not paying attention to their kids. Why? I don't know. But with just my, me assume on this one, I feel that this mother was tired of her son trying to bully her and trying to, like punk her or trying to, make it seem like what he was doing was right and what she was doing was wrong. And she got tired of it. I mean, if you look at the story, it says that the law enforcement have came out there numerous of times. Okay, so she already putting it in the system that, look, my child is not mine and my child is doing this. I can only handle this so much. And if my age group, again, what those parents used to say, I brought you to this world, I will take your ass out. Well, she didn't take him out, but she got him thinking about what the hell he's, thought he was going to do. So what you got on that Heavy. Heavy love in house.
Love in house.
Well, you know what? It's understandable to a certain extent because there are so many families that are, broken like that.
Mm-hmm.
Siblings doing time, siblings doing crime. So you growing up, you see what they do is patternized.
Right.
It's hard to get somebody to follow a different pattern when they're growing up systematically.
Correct.
So it is a shame, and it's to this day we still wonder. We are gonna always wonder why, and it's a lot that we don't know. So we just have to take what information they give us to go on. Our assumptions. But yeah, that's something deep right there. That's some deep action right there. Uh-huh.
It is. It's very deep. And see, also I look at the simple fact is that when your child is coming up and your child calling you a bitch or a hoe or you stupid motherfucker, or, using all this aggressive language, they think that shit is cute. You understand? Oh yeah, oh, that was so good. Gary, he just playing. He just heard it from his daddy, or he just heard it from his grandfather, his uncle. Disrespecting the female level. So therefore, when you don't have that leverage of someone as a man to teach a boy how to be a young man or a team or whatever, it gets to that point. Also, when you are a single female mother, and I'm not gonna shoot it on just females. When you're a single female, I mean, when you're a single parent, you at work, you trying to make things happen for your kids, your child, whatever the case may be. So therefore, you're not gonna be able to take out a lot of time to be with your child. So your child, you at work 12 hours. Your child go to school for 8 hours. Okay, you got another 4 hours to go to the hood, to go hang out, to do whatever. So they got the friends, they got the society, they got just all this stuff going on in the neighborhood you may stay in. The drug dealers, the hookers, the pimps, the crackheads, the all this extra shit going on, activities going on, and you think your child is at the house because you told that child to stay in that house and not to go out. I told y'all this last week. Shit, those kids don't listen. Hell, before they much had dash cameras and freaking door cameras and all that, man, we did whatever we did not have to get caught with. We was more slicker than y'all. Y'all just y'all need help. But anyways, so therefore, when she probably told him to stay in the house, or she probably told him he was grounded. They they don't care about that. You got cameras that's showing you what your child is doing, but you so busy trying to work and take care of your kids, you don't have time to be there 100% for them. So me, Slim J, just my opinion, he probably been acting out, been trying to get attention from his mother, and he wasn't getting attention from his mother. So the only way he could get attention from her was to react with her, was to, like with this. I mean, he went and pushed her last buttons. Like, I mean, again, like I said, that goes back to I brought you in this world, I would take you out. I mean, she didn't take him out, but that pop, wherever she hit him at, because I even try to go back on the news to see where she had shot him at, and I did not find it. Okay. So wherever she shot him, it was tense, but not tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been in the arm, the leg, uh, the hip. It's just certain parts of the body that you can hit, and the bullet go through. Bam, you're okay. But you gonna know about that hole wherever it's laying there. You gonna know about it, but it won't kill you. But later on, it can. I ain't no doctor. Slim J, that's my opinion. It can affect you later on. So you 13, by the time you get 20 and you think everything is good, and they got that karma and that disrespect. Because see, I was raised in the church. Your parents, your mother, your dad, you just do not disrespect them. You didn't disrespect older people. So that karma will come back and bite you in your ass. So it can come back later on and get him, or it could happen, sooner than later. It depends on what was going on. So when I was telling you about the little guy that was, sitting on my staircase that was going through all this drama, he turned to drugs. And that's kind of what I'm assuming with this case, is that this young boy turned into drugs and then got aggressive with his mother. Because even if you're grown, you young, you old, when you do drugs, alcohol, whatever, with that kind of, like I said, drugs or alcohol, it controls your mind. It takes you to a different level. So if he went out there and, got high or did some extracurriculars with his friends, then it could have been that case that he was on another level. Like, he probably thought that this could have been on a whole different thing. I'm mad. I'm feeling myself. I'm going to go in here, and if she gets talking shit to me, or she, feeling herself, then I'm going to buck her. I mean, this is how I think. So, with that said, what you got here, VD? Because I got a couple questions I want to ask you and see what your opinion is.
Well, at this moment, I really want to hear what this newscaster had to say before I kind of tap in on it a little bit. But it's a lot to tap in on, and like I said, let me listen to this here comment, and I better be able to relate to the situation. Seeing that I came in a little late, but I'm trying to catch up as we go. So
Don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad. It's all
My
good.
computer did some crazy stuff, and I tuned in late too.
It's all good. I didn't want to let you down. I knew I had to. I almost missed it, but hey, I said let me call because it's my girl right here. I can't let her down. I say I'm gonna do this. We're gonna make it pop. So let me get
Hey,
some of this intel from this Fox News Live type thing, and
okay.
then we'll dance in the dark. You heard me?
Oh, okay, because I got my questions popping and ready and cocking ready. That's what we're gonna do. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, and don't forget to share it with your family members. Like I said, don't too much share with your kids, because I do get a little ugly at times. But let's see what these people got to tell us, and then we're gonna come back with those questions.
Now out live here to Houston, Texas, with police.
1 second. Let's see if we can get it to work. It's working, but the audio's not coming through. Let's see if it'll work. All right, let's do it again. Y'all let me know if you can hear it or not. Here we go.
No. Nope. No getting no sound. So while JG is doing that, you parents gotta realize that we can't just
And now that's thinking about it.
be our kids' friends. We got to know when
All right, it
to
ain't
be
started yet.
They just started
serious.
a
So
news.
don't be friends with your kids. Have
Hold
a
on.
certain boundaries of how you're gonna deal with your kids and how to chastise your kids and to make it plain
New
and
application.
simple. You just gotta think about that. I mean, we don't want our kids to hate us, but we don't want our kids to
All right.
disrespect us.
All right. Let's do
But
it
we
this
got to.
I came prepared. So we'll do it this way. I have all the information I already broke down from the video, so I'm just gonna read it verbatim. I see the news thing right here. So basically what happened was a 13-year-old boy was shot and injured. The alleged shooter was his own mother, who has been detained by the police already. Emergency services transported the teen to a hospital for treatment, which means he's still alive for right now. Details about it, however, the motive, the circumstances remain very limited, and the investigation is ongoing. So, what the video that we had that we showed, basically, they were saying that right there. You saw the young lady actually get arrested, and it's a shame because she seems young herself. And I will snippet that piece that way we can have a picture of it. But that is basically what happened. That's all the information we have.
So with that said,
Okay.
what do you take from that? I'm echoing.
Well, it's a crazy scenario because it's just like you said. The parents are trying to be more friendly with their kids. This is back then we didn't call it that. If you was cool with your parents and y'all had an understanding, there was still a respect factor that had to be in place. You know what I'm saying? And the derogatoriness. A lot of it come from what they heard their parents called by other people. It may have been a daddy or just a friend that may have
Mm-hmm.
been, using those type of names, but they become comfortable with that dialect, and then they become comfortable with their parents to the point to where they can use the dialect. Man, when we coming up, you better not say no cuss word around no old person. You just miss your whole dental appointment for that whole month. Cause they gonna knock the front of your teeth out. You know what I'm saying?
It's
They gonna
over.
knock they gonna knock your teeth out. But
Yeah.
this new law style that they put in place to better protect the kids, uh really
CPS.
is yeah, CPS. Even though CPS has always been around. It's always been around. It's just that the stipulations of raising kids changed.
Yes.
As you know, there's no more neighborhood bringing no more.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even go to your neighbor house without them calling the laws on you, or you can't let your ball fall in their grass too many times. It's so many crazy scenarios that are taken away from the brought up then to the way they now. And it seems the only thing to pacify those relationships is money. And once you run out of the money, that's when the attitude comes. That's when the disrespect comes. So
Yeah.
if I can't get these Tims I want, what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, get away from me. Oh, can I cuss on the show?
Yeah,
Sorry,
you good.
sue me, Mom. But
Yeah,
just
you
saying,
good. Ain't no problem.
that's
This
that.
is Slim J, just my
Yeah,
pick.
but that's right. And I'm just trying to give a very opinionated thought to what I see a lot has broken down homes like that. The TVs, the
Right.
games that these kids play parents, you know what I'm saying, they are
Oh yeah.
teaching our kids how to be disrespectful. I remember my
Mm-hmm.
sister had her baby boy used to love playing Fortnite and what's that other one? San Andreas. And if you listen to the dialogue on those video games, which I could never
Grand
understand,
Theft Auto.
yeah, Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto,
That
I could
is.
never understand why grown people will go and get this game for their kids without
Facts.
scanning it, checking it, seeing what type of dialogues in it. So they just open up to whatever. And these kids follow patterns. They think that they can say what they see on the video game. Why? Because you bought the video game, mom. You bought the
That's right.
video game, dad. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, uh, at what point do you have with your hand on raising your child, where you sit them in a room and leave them unattended?
Mm-hmm.
They pick up on everything. Then you're in a just to say if you're in an abusive relationship, having that negative entity grows on your kids.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of parents don't think it does, but it do. And
Yeah.
then it's too late. And we've run into situations like this as it where the child feel he's liberated by changing his voice, raising his voice, even lashing out, to the parent when that's not the way it is. And when they have to go through those methods, like you said, it was a shot. She shot him, but she didn't kill him right off. So
Right.
that was a good thing because yeah, I'm beginning to wonder he a person of color or not, because they handle things different than they handle things, So it's crazy. It's just crazy, man. We got to pay attention more so to our surroundings and what's happening. Pay attention to your kids. That's the main thing I say. I'm gonna drop that like that right there. Mm.
And yes, I do. I agree with you 100% with that because I mean I do. I have done a lot of podcasts on domestic violence with the women's, the men's, the kids, the senior citizen. I mean, this shit goes statewide on how people disrespect other people. They want to put their hands on other people, but at the same time, you got to think about it. If I'm raising you and I'm trying to, raise you as a young man, I can't really raise you as a man to from another man, but I can raise you as a young man how to treat, a woman or how to, respect other people with their age and just in society, just, be courtesy to other people. But you got to realize it's a lot of single parents out here that have to work numerous of hours. And only thing they know is to send a kid to school. They go to work. They kids get out of school. They not at home. They microwave every freaking thing that they eating. Um, they hanging out, they doing whatever the hell they want to do. They playing the video games, which is toxic for them. They have too much, and I don't give a fuck about what no parents say now on this part that I'm about to say, because this is Slim J, just my opinion, and I'm strongly about this. Is that I feel that the parents nowadays and I'm not going to say all parents, don't get me wrong on that, but most parents, I feel that they let their kids have too much time on social media, on the internet, on all of that. I mean, it's crazy. You know, you get home from work, you don't check your child homework, you don't go over your child homework. You assume that the homework is done. You assume that it's like it's supposed to be. You eat noodles for freaking dinner. I'm not coming to talk to. Well, how was your day at school? Did you have any issue? And no, get your ass in that tub. Go get in that bed, and then once you go get in that tub, go get in that bed. Mom or daddy doing whatever the freak they want to do. they're not paying attention to that child feel neglected. So therefore the child in there with their phone, and they, if you don't have the parents control of the cell phone, then the child ended up, being in there on the cell phone for God's know however long, because you doing whatever the freak you want to do, whether you're in there asleep or you outside, whatever you're doing. You did not go in there and check on that child. You did not ask that child how their day was going, and you didn't even much check their homework. So now that child feel like, well, hell, if you don't give a fuck, why should I? That's why a lot of these kids dropping out of school. That's why a lot of these kids are reacting out, because they have not got the attention from their parents, that they need. So they're gonna act out. And I felt that this was at that time that this child, act out. And it wasn't his first time acting out, because as I look at it, and allegedly the police have been called to that resident numerous of times. I feel that the mother got tired, and she was like, you know what? I don't call the police on you. I don't went through the procedure of letting these people know that you a trouble child, or you're not getting enough attention. You don't know, because you know why? You have not took out enough time to even find out what's going on with this child. So y'all want to go collect these damn checks for the child being crazy or the child being unstable, but then you don't much spend time with the child to really understand what's going on with this child. The child could be missing the other parent. The child could be going through depression. The child could be getting bullied. But y'all don't go out there and deal with that. Y'all, he all right or she all right. She gonna. And then when a child react out, whether it's killing the parents or whether the parent that decide to shoot their ass, then that's when girl, what happened? I can't believe that. No, you know what's going on. When you spend time with your child or your children, you get better results from them, because once they know they got that mother love, that father love, or either or, because a lot of us grew up in homes that only one parent, or maybe they didn't have neither parent. But if you know you was getting some kind of love from somebody that's showing you the right way or trying to guide you the right way, then you thought better. You felt better. But when you feel that you at a house that you don't really have love from that house, no attention, kind of get you jacked up. And the way shit going on now, we already got a bunch of stuff going on. So why I gotta not only have society have me looking, thinking, and trying to figure out if somebody's gonna be shooting, robbing, killing, all that, and then have to go home and still get the cold shoulder. Not cute, isn't it? At all. But heavy love, I got one for you. So do you think that the mother got tired of dealing with her son and he just decided to get some big balls and jump on her? Or do you think she was just like, you know what, I'm going to help you out before I kill you? What you think went down with that, and why you think it came to this point?
Well, I believe, in situations like this here, that the parent had given the kid multiple opportunities to do what's right, to a certain extent, that the child become too aggressive with his actions. And, as a lot of parents do, they give you what's called at first warning before destruction. So I feel like she done everything that she could as a mother should, to try and get him back on the same, right pattern. And sometimes you just got to go that extra step. That's like when we were growing up, if you didn't like the switches, you know what I'm saying? If you wanted them to, you take a switch, get a whooping, and go on about your business. You had some kids that had to go through the extension cord phase. You know,
Ooh-wee.
you see where I'm going to, where it went from the extension cord phase to I'm finna hit you whatever around me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might get hit with a lamp, you might get hit with the iron, you
Whatever's
might
in
get hit
sight.
with a skillet, a pot, anything. But like I said, to see a parent go as far as that, she knows that her child is distant and lost. Because a lot of kids that age, when they're unsupervised, what do they do? What's the first thing a kid does when he's unsupervised? He
Shit, do what
tampers
you
with
told me I
drug.
can't do.
He tampers with drugs and alcohol.
Correct.
So those are always the beginning phases. Once they get comfortable in that entity of using, they feel like they can use. And my mama gotta support this. She know I smoke. She know I drink. You know what I'm saying? Then when she get to where she don't want to do it, then you become ignorant and belligerent toward her. And that's what the result is. You get a bullet in your ass. Get a bullet in your ass.
Hello. And that's true. That is so true. So, and not only that, like you said, with the drug things, they get out there and they start experiment with the drugs. They start, thinking that the streets really love them, but the streets is really showing them bad habits and a failure for life. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen nobody say, "Oh, you can just come out here and sell drugs," and later on, you're gonna make it big. They either get in jail or get killed. But with this, I think that yeah, she did get fed up with it. The only thing I be thinking about when I hear stories like this, when they get to this age, they 13 years old. You're going through the hormone changes. You're going through, so you're going through that like mood change. Your body is changing. And some of us don't know how to deal with it. Well, a lot of us don't know how to deal with it because we never experienced it. This be your first time experience, your hormones changing and you getting cocky. It's like a dog in heat. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to experiment different things. I don't want to be held back. So you go against the grain, and going against the grain don't always help you because once a parent get tired, especially a female, then she ready to call her daddy. Oh, you need to come over here and get him, and that could have been a factor. If she could have called and told her daddy, hey, you need to come get him. I can't handle him no more, and I need help. But then it see this it just go crazy because if she called him allegedly, just Slim J, just my opinion, if she called the daddy, I got these little flies or something flying in here, y'all. They're little gnats and not flies. But if she got if she called her daddy and say, I can't handle him no more, and the daddy said, well, look, when I was trying to be in his life, he didn't want me to be in his life. Now that he's getting out of hand, you want me in his life. See, that's the kind of shit that goes on in some of these relationships. So when you see your child, first of all, you need to spend time with your child. Now, if y'all work 7 days out of the week, I applaud you. I feel that you have to go through that, to survive. But I also feel like if you want to do something and if you want to be with someone, then you are going to make time for them regardless. I don't give a damn if you're working 12 hours a day. Somewhere through there, you're going to make time for the things that you want to make time for. So that's what you got to do. You got to make time for your kids regardless. If you don't make time for your kids, then you're going to have your kids going, doing whatever, and then coming back and taking it out on you because maybe they high, they drunk, and this is something they've been wanting to get out their brains because they feel like you haven't showed me no attention. You haven't done nothing for me because that's probably how they thinking. A drunk mind speaks
Okay,
what
so
they said, a drunk tongue speak a sober mind. So if this child is out there
sober
getting
heart.
drunk and doing all this extra shit, you don't, you got to take times with your kids, y'all. It's kids that's having kids. It's grandmothers that don't give a fuck. And society damn sure don't give a fuck. So now it's you and your child against the world. So if you don't take time up with your kid or your children and they start reacting or rebelling like they do, then it's no one's fault except yours because you did not take the time out to be with that child. And those that have took time out to be with their child or children and they still react like that, then like I said, you don't have to be crazy or whatever to go see a psychologist. It's just some people need help to balance their mind thoughts, their mind frame, what they going through. Some people don't know how to connect with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta look at. And I think she just probably got tired. She was like, but JG got us he got us a little a thing on there. But before we go into that, thanks for tuning in. They go baby boy Scorpio in the house. Thank you for tuning in. But she said, do what the streets do. Exactly. You know, that's how it is. I seen people that was raised in the hood and actually came out to be someone very successful. I mean, like a manager, they thirsty for it. It's not where you raise at, it's how you raise. Okay, I don't seen people stay in Haverstock, and when you go in their apartment, you be like, I know damn well that's not Haverstock. Prince Hall. Go up in Prince Hall, you be like, damn. It don't look like, but when you step outside, you know the difference. But when you step in that person's house, because it was spiritually peaceful. This is where I'm at. This is what I can afford right now. But I got to make sure my kids is raised right. I got to make sure that we is on the same level. And that's what a lot of parents not doing. Even if they don't work. Only thing they seeing that their parents doing is having kids, getting high, and trying to hustle. We're not going to never get nowhere with that. Your education is very important. And love is very important. These kids need the support. We got to do better. Let's see what JG got us. I'm waiting.
Okay. So what we have is the victim was actually shot in the butt during the domestic dispute. So that's the 13-year-old got shot in the butt. So that kind of is running in line with y'all was saying. Also, she admitted to shooting her son. The bond is set at $50,000, but they also say that there's video evidence of the verbal argument and the actual moment when he got shot. So she's going to appear on court on Wednesday, and the charges will be read then. And there have been prior disturbances. That is correct. Officers confirmed saying it's brewing family matters and previous incidents between her and her son. Though those dates, I tried to look them up real quick on Harris County thing, but it's not disclosed, so I can't see any more than that. And the shooting occurred out of nowhere. That's what everybody's saying. So maybe they knew they were going back and forth, but they didn't expect that. But yes, we know where he got shot now.
So, okay, so allegedly he got shot in the ass. So she like, I'm not gonna put this belt on his ass. I'm gonna put some stain on his ass, which is a bullet wound. That pew. Like, she didn't want to hurt her son. And I'm gonna say she didn't want to kill her son, but she wanted to let him know, don't come play with me. Don't. I done gave you everything. I carried you for 9 months. I done fed you. I done clothed you. I done gave you, somewhere to stay. And you come and disrespecting me. And man, hard love Judge Mathis is the best one to describe this. Him and Joe Brown, the Judge Joe Brown. Sometimes you just have to give these kids some hard love. Stop buying them shit that they ask you for. If they not bringing the grades that you asked them to bring home, if they not doing the chores that you asked them to do, then why are you sitting up here and still, like giving them what the fuck they want? They not doing what you asked them to do. So why are we going through this? And that could be the reason. It's because you're not giving me what I think I should have, or my other friends is wearing Jordans and whatever the little trend is they got going on now. You ain't got no Jordan grades. You don't do no Jordan chores around here. And you think I should go out there and bust my ass and go buy you some $200, almost $300 Jordans, and you don't much have no decent grades? You want to showboat for your friends? See, that's the thing. Either you're gonna be a leader or a follower, and these people need to teach their kids to be a leader. You don't, okay, I'm gonna follow him because he got a nice car, he wears jewelry, he got, his unit is to the T. No. But that's the game y'all playing now. It's all about materialistic things instead of education, communication, and love and respect. That's some bullshit. These wait a minute. Here in Houston, excuse me. Yeah, man, a couple months, if y'all look at my podcast, a couple months, excuse me, I was talking about Dallas putting us Texas on the map. This shit done flip like mother ducker. We have been in the news every freaking day for crime, for shootings, for people missing. I thought shit was settling down. Usually things started being aggressive like in the summertime. Just my opinion. But it's not like that no more. I mean, you got the kids getting shot. It was a 12-year-old that got shot and a 13-year-old that got shot. Why? What is going on with these people? Is it something in the fast food? Like I told you, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Ever since COVID came, these people have been getting crazy. People don't think no more. They real aggressive. They get mad real quick. They don't have no control boundaries of how they feel or how they let they anger, just overaggress what's really going on. It's really not that serious. Y'all make it more serious than what it is. Little 9-year-old got killed 3 years ago. Now, I was kind of wishy-washy on it. I'm not going to go into that topic, but I'm just going to, speak my opinion on this part. What you smart-ass people do on social media, y'all think the FBI, the police, is not going to look at that? I don't give a damn if you go under your name, your nickname. It's going to come back to you. So y'all may want to rethink putting all your business on social media, because it's going to bite you in your ass. I know one person, they own welfare. And every time I look, they got the weed up and down social media. They got the money in the social media. Then they got their kids in the social media with the money and all that. See, that's what the kids looking for. They feel that this is a lifestyle that they should live. Hell no. Anything, your ass need to be sitting back, being quiet, and low key. get your education, make your money, and get the hell on. But this is what you teach your kids. So therefore, when those kids start reacting to what you do and they shoot it back on you, and you get in your feelings. Well, remember, you don't want to talk them this shit. It started from home, right? What you got, Heavy D? Heavy Love? No question. Hello. Maybe not there.
Yes, I are. I are here. Yeah. I was really just listening to you, man. You know, you make it all so plain and clear. It's just not families ain't family no more. It's just simple. The family barrier has been broken down through the generations. Not just in the African American culture. It's in all cultures now. We just
Yeah.
don't see it exploited in other cultures as much. They feel like we went through enough. Oh, we went through slavery. We had enough problems. We don't need to be talking about no more. We done made it over. Well, you made it how far? Really, how far back
Facts.
were you?
Right.
Once you look at it, it is a systematic. This epidemic now that we're having is systematic and a learned habitation.
Yeah.
Now, some
It's
people not gonna be able to grasp those like that right there. But if you
right.
look at it, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's all pre-written, pre-exposed, and
Hmm.
can't be closed. It's gonna happen. Why?
Exactly.
Think about it like this: you're only doing what they've been read to, or listened to, or seen.
Mm.
That's why you
You're
got
right.
most people now. A lot of people that you think about that may know a lot about something. Those people didn't learn it by opening books,
Mm-hmm.
reading. They learned it from life observations.
Correct.
So
They
yeah.
they definitely did. It's like they say, nobody come into this world hating anybody. They have to get taught. They have to be like, oh yeah, heck of my train. They have to be, structure what these people are teaching their parents, their grandparents, whatever the case may be. So you got to realize this: whatever you have going on in your house, and however you're establishing your house, you're a hard worker. You make sure your kids is out there getting their education. You make sure when your kids is getting home, hey, you have homework. Do you understand your homework? Do you need anything? Let me check over your homework. See, that's when you let a child know that you interested in what they doing and how they day went. You know, um, you get home, your kid outside. You get home, you go take your shower, do whatever. The other kids doing whatever, and then you go to the door and say, "Y'all bring your ass in the house." Half of y'all kids almost take bath once they get out of school and play it outside. And oh, get up, come on, it's time to go to school. Ah, your kid even took a bath. Some of y'all kids don't much not take a bath properly. They don't know how to hit the major spots. Why? Because we did not take time with our child or our kids. So when things like this go down, when you get reaction from your kids acting a jerk or ass or trying to jump on you or trying to book you, remember where this came from. You. It came from you. Because see, when your child is what 5, 6, 7, growing up, and the shit they bitch. I see it on social media. Kid, bitch, shut the fuck up. No, the hell, we're not finna talk like that. I don't need you to get that stored in your mind that it's okay to say those words. I don't need you to feel that it's okay to disrespect people. I don't need you to feel that you need to lean on someone or to depend on someone to take care of or to think for you. But y'all don't have time for that. Y'all don't. I ain't got time. But you got time to go sit up there and deal with your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You got time to go and hang out with your friends. But you ain't got time for your own child. Our kids are our future. So therefore, y'all have a lot of y'all parents have just failed us as how the next generation is going to be. You understand? Gotta think about it. It starts from the house. I hate that, it came to this situation where the mother had to get her child, in check. Which she did get arrested for it. But I hope she can fight it, and I hope that it can be something better with this. So let's see what the chat got to say.
Baby Scorpio says, families are broken. The glue has went to glory. No more gatherings, family reunions, just funeral time. Now folks out to get what benefits them. Shaking my head. Comes back again and says, kids don't play outside anymore. Too busy playing video games.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The parent is the one that's in fault with that. Because what the parent, man, oh my goodness. Y'all can, and if you agree or disagree, whatever, it's just Slim J, just my opinion. So therefore, it's all right. But most of you parents will give your child, I know kids, they can't even spell, and they have cell phones. They have tablets. These tablets are not showing them games. These tablets is like, with the music, little videos or whatever. Some of them, kind of education, some of them not. But y'all do not give your kids a certain time to be on these devices. You give your child the device and then your ass in Timbuktu somewhere. You're not even thinking about your child no more. If that child don't holler, don't scream, don't say they hungry or whatever, you don't pay attention that your child done been on this fucking device for like 4 hours. And you think that's okay because you're doing what the hell you want to do and they not bothering you. Well, that's your dumb ass. So if your child have these devices, tablets, cell phones, and you let your child be on those cell phones, devices for that long period of time, and you have not established the hours or the minute, come on. That's your babysitter. That's who teaching your kids what's going on in society. That's who's sitting up here showing your kids all kind of shit because you don't have to learn how to spell. Just talk into the microphone. What time Chuck E. Cheese open? What time this, that. That's what's going on. You don't must take if you tell your child to go outside, they're gonna tell you what? It's too hot, it's too cold, I don't want to. Your child don't eat proper food. They eat fucking noodles or these little things that you can pop in the microwave. But you'll go out there and get you some shrimp, some lobsters, some good shit for you on the food stamps. Not all parents, I'm just saying some of y'all. On the food stamps that your child got for you, you was able to get through your child. But you go buy your child some snacks, some shit that's not much good for them, not much healthy for them, but that's what they want. So with that said, I'm glad that Trump did make it to a certain extent that, okay, no, we ain't gonna buy no more junk food because half of y'all kids, y'all giving them junk food and everything, and they teeth be all jacked up. They be having about 20 cabinets that only have like 15 teeth in their mouth, and the cavities, the gums is all sugar up and all ate up because that's what you gave them. That's what they gonna eat. They not gonna eat this. They gonna eat the French fry. When I was coming up, we didn't have a choice. If my mama and I did not eat liver. I hate liver, and I still hate liver. That plate stayed in front of me for a couple days. Okay. Finally, me and my sister, we worked something out. She wasn't too fond of vegetables. I wasn't too fond of meat, but I had my certain type of meat I like to eat. But if the child do not eat what you put in front of them, then you said, "Oh, go throw it away." You know how many people is homeless that wish like hell they had it? A lot of people. Y'all too lingering with y'all kids, and it's not only that. It's just your parents, half of y'all parents, then raise y'all right, because these 90 babies, 90 parents, y'all killing us. Y'all killing the vibe. Y'all killing how we was all raised up. The respect, the understanding. Who's in control? Who's the parent? Who's the child? We lost a lot of respect because we too lingering on everything. You got kids out here doing drugs with their parents. Hell, you at the club, your child may be in a damn parking lot popping and dropping. You go to sleep at a certain... See, you got to think about how this works. When you out there providing for your child, you got to think about the time that child needs. And you also got to put that time in with that child. Because when you don't show these children respect and you don't show them time, then they go find a time with somebody else or something else or some drugs or whatever. And it causes them to react. It causes them to act out. And it causes sometimes to get into this situation. Remember a girl a couple weeks ago shot her mother. Supposed to be her best friend. So that's letting you know something was missing. Some time, some disagreement, something was missing. We got to do better with parenting our kids, communicating with our kids, and loving our kids, and showing our kids that we love them. But I see we got somebody in the chat. What we got? Hello. Well, seem like I'm on here by myself. But anyways, it said parents not teaching the kids manners, and they feel they can disrespect grown-ups. And that's straight up. That's just so straight up. But if we do not teach our kids to show people respect, and they don't show you respect, then how in the hell you think they're going to give somebody else respect? But that's a fact. So we're about to close up. But with us about to close out, I'm going to ask Heavy, what you got on that closeout?
Well, definitely, we need work. We'll say that. We need work as a people, to bring back humanity
Mm-hmm.
before it's too late. A lot of people say it's already too late, but the fact of the matter is, it's never too late.
Facts.
So if you ain't got it right, get it right, man.
Yeah,
Fix it by any means necessary.
Hello. And that's another thing. I'm glad you said it, because you know what? When we was coming up, whether you want to go to church or not, I don't give a damn what such you was. If you was Baptist, Christ, whatever you was, we had to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just, like I said, it's just so much going on, and society is moving very fast. Our social media is giving us those crazy things as how we should live life. The games is doing it for us. It just y'all gotta take out more time with the kids. Y'all gotta do more things with the kids. it don't take that much to do with the kids, just long time if they have some kind of love with you, some kind of respect, some kind of time. But I am so happy you all tune in. Thank you, Heavy Love, for tuning in again with Slim J. Just my opinion. I hope this was educated to y'all. I hope that we can get a grip of our kids, our society right now, and this, let's show some time. Let's show some love and communication. But with that said, much love. Deuces.
I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problem.